Guys, Marsengan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to jump into the Legendary Vegeta event with the new Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta EZA, but using him as the leader to run a Pure Saiyans team, because obviously he is now basically the go-to Pure Saiyans leader, right? Because he gives 3 ki and 170 across the board. So by far the best leader skill, and now that he is a very good and very usable unit, he's the go-to leader for this team. So I thought I would build a slightly different kind of Pure Saiyan team than I would normally build. I have not brought any support units. I've just brought a bunch of some of my favourite Pure Saiyan units with some rotations that I think would work out pretty well. We're going to use the classic like double LR Goku and Vegeta rotation, and then I thought I'd bring the Exchange Vegeta and Goku LR, as well as the Int Broly, because those of you who keep up to date with my videos, you know I made a video a little while ago saying that I thought he was one of the most underrated Dokkan Fest exclusives from last year. So I really like Int Broly. Obviously we're in an event where we're fighting against a Pure Saiyan, so he gets the maximum benefit of all of his passive and everything. So even though he is going to be floating in the 3rd spot, he should still be pretty good. Obviously, he's not going to get anywhere near as many stacks as if he was a main rotation unit. But because we're doing a longer form event, like by the time we get close to the end, he'll have super attacked enough times that we can still use his active skill and use it kind of as a finisher. And then obviously this Exchange Goku and Vegeta, you really want them to be in slot 2 or 3 because they do get a lot of defense on super attack. So they work perfectly fine as a 3rd slot floating unit as well. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and do this. What are the links like here? Fierce Battle, Prepared for Battle. Oh yeah, you have a lot more links with Broly. I guess Broly does stack, right? So we probably should start getting super attacks for Broly as early as possible. But, I mean, this team should work really well. Like, obviously, all the rage now, of course, is the new 200% meta. But on Global, we only have one team that does that. JP obviously has a couple now, but some of these stronger categories, like I would imagine Pure Saiyans probably doesn't get a 200% lead for quite a long time, because I mean it took long enough for them to actually make a leader, a proper 170 leader, right? So they know how ridiculous this category is, right, with some of the crazy units that are on there. And when we do eventually get some sort of 200% Pure Saiyans leader, I feel like it's going to end up with like Pure Saiyans is going to be one of the 170 parts, and then something else will be like the extra 30%, so it's still not going to be the entire category that just has a 200% team now. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Broly going off here, getting his additional super attacks. He's already putting out reasonable attack stat considering that he's not on like his best setup. How much do we take from a super? Well, nothing. He's just going to dodge. So, I mean, he already got a couple of supers off. We're against a Pure Saiyan, so he would have had his full 36% damage reduction. So, even with the type disadvantage, that wouldn't have been that much damage anyway. And now, of course, we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta getting his additionals here. Getting the additional normal off of the hidden potential, but we do at least get the crit. And then, yeah, we're going to run this rotation of him with the LR. Obviously, they link up super well. The LR is basically going to be one of the better slot 1 units that we could run with this Vegeta. Because the problem with this Vegeta is the EZA Super Saiyan Blue. Obviously, he's really good. He gets a lot of his defense on super attack, especially after he transforms. In his pre-transformed state, once you've gotten like a super or 2 off to build up that defense that he can build up in his passive, you probably could get away with putting him in slot 1. But then the problem is once he transforms, and obviously his passive kind of changes, then he becomes not so great in the 1st slot, unfortunately. So this is also the first time for me to be able to use my new Rainbow Tech Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Gogeta. In total, I think, you guys who saw my stream, you know it took me like 2,000 stones to pull my first copy of Majin Vegeta. And I think I pulled 2 of the LR in that stream. And then in the time since that stream ended, I think I've done another 1,000 stones total on the banner. And did not pull another copy of Majin Vegeta. So 3,000 stones and only 1 copy. Probably my worst shaft on any banner since the anniversary. So apparently Int Vegeta units, I am just forever cursed, I guess. But yeah, we did end up with this guy, Rainbow. So obviously this rotation is going to be very, very powerful, having the two Goku and Vegeta LRs, both full level 10 links and rainbowed as well. So very, very powerful. Obviously, we don't have a 200% team for them on global, but they are both on the Super Saiyan 4's, LR Super Saiyan 4's team from the anniversary, because they're on Fused Fighters, and obviously they're on Kamehameha. So very much looking forward to trying out that rotation after the anniversary on the 200% team, now that I actually have them fully maxed out. But they are going to do very nicely in this event. Obviously the legendary Vegeta event, I guess now that everybody's seen Red Zone videos and stuff, even if you are just a global player, like the Red Zone is, you know, the new benchmark. So the legendary Vegeta event, units performing well in there, is obviously not going to be as impressive as it was before. But at the end of the day, if you're not talking about a specific extreme Super Battle Road stage like Pure Saiyans or Movie Bosses or something like that, this is basically the hardest event that we have on global at the moment. So this is a really interesting rotation because we've got both versions of this Vegeta. So of course they have the same link set. And you can see what I mean here. Like the friend untransformed one has way higher defense than the transformed one. So we could actually rock them like this. The only problem is, as soon as we get to the random turn where the other one transforms, then obviously they're not going to work that well together at that point. And we've obviously have floated off the LR. He might be on the complete opposite rotation at that point. So we don't know when we'll get him back to get them together. So I'll keep the LR here. He's hitting a 3.8. I put out the video of him earlier today on the 200% team, so obviously he's going to be hitting lower numbers here than he was on that team, but this is still a pretty good place to run him. Of course, his first attack he's taking of the turn is a super, so yeah, 200k, man, that is a lot of damage for him. I talked about it in the 200% showcase, so I don't want to repeat too many of the things that I said in that video. But why they made it so that his damage reduction resets, I do not know. Because obviously, this instance here, he would have had the 40% damage reduction that he can build up to. And then he just would have had it. So we wouldn't have taken that as much damage from that super attack. But because he has to rebuild it up every single time, it means each attack you take is going to do less damage. So the earlier you get supered in however many attacks you're going to take, the worse it is for you, obviously. So him taking a super attack as like the first attack of the turn is literally the worst case scenario for him. So yeah, we won't go ahead and fuse just yet here. We can get 18 key supers for literally all of these guys. So we've got, I know technically the Namek LR is like an exchange, right? They're not both actually there, but we've got a full Goku and Vegeta LR rotation here. Alright, so it's a randomly cut there, because apparently it just started choking for no reason. So, yeah, the turn is playing out pretty well here. We're getting super attacked on the tech unit, of course, by Int God Vegeta, so no surprise there. But we are still doing incredibly well. I will fuse the Goku and Vegetas maybe on the next rotation, because we're getting pretty close to the end. This team obviously doing very well on this run. Pure Saiyans, of course, very, very powerful team. Even with only the 170 leader. Like, I've talked about this in the past in other runs that we've done, where some of the slower teams, like ones that have a lot of stacking, ones that have a lot of really strong defensive units, runs on this event can take you upwards of 20 minutes sometimes. And we are coming to almost the 10-minute mark on the recording. Obviously part of it's going to get cut out now, but we're at the 10-minute mark on the recording, and we should finish off God Vegeta this turn, because depending on how many attacks Vegeta does here, Broly should just be able to come in at the end and clean up anyway. So that puts us in a really good position next turn, in fact, to get our fusions off, because obviously we can fuse with Vegito first, because we're on fairly low health here. I think we're below 50%, and then that will trigger the HP restriction to then fuse Gogeta as well. So having these two together like this is obviously very, very strong. We've got the support memory going off as well. I honestly forgot that was even equipped. So let's go ahead and fuse these guys. and then fuse these guys. I forgot the active skill skip is turned on from when I was link leveling earlier, but hey, we're not really here to see that. So look at that, the orb changing kind of screwed us up a little bit, although we get so much extra key from these orbs and everything here, it doesn't really matter anyway. So let's go ahead and grab these, and then that leaves the perfect set of AGL orbs down here for you with some rainbows. And look at that, full 24 key supers for both the LRs, and we're against the physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so we can just very casually park Vegito in slot 1 here. Not getting any crit counters, which is a little bit disappointing, but we're still doing 1,000,000 damage thanks to the type advantage. So yeah, 5.4 million for him. So 170 team with one of his best link partners. Obviously when they fuse, I think one of their links changes, because when they're unfused they have the exact same link set. But obviously this, on a 170 team, no support unit on the rotation, we are looking pretty good here. Look at that, crit counter after supering. 3.2, and another one as well. Calm down, Vegito. Alright, well, I guess Vegito's just finishing him off here. Look at this. Every single counter after the super attack was a crit. That is pretty crazy. So we are looking very, very good. So we should be good here, as long as we don't get super attacked in slot 1, which we are. So let's see, we're getting attacked 3 times there. We should survive this, right? Like, by the time we get hit with the super, LR Blue Evolution Vegeta is going to have his full damage reduction built up, because he's getting hit 3 times before. So he's going to have 40% damage reduction. Surely he survives this. So let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll grab these few. I was going to say, when I was talking about the units on the team earlier as well, the fact that we could have potentially had the revival on the table with the Goku and Vegeta LR. But of course we haven't actually gotten to a point where we've had them on rotation and been on low enough HP. So missed that second to last one, but we should get pretty decent damage multiplier. Unfortunately, the Int Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, not the craziest damage dealing unit. Mine is only 79% anyway, but he's should do a reasonable amount of damage here. We should get, I think, a decent enough bit of damage off of this, especially if we get the crit, there we go, that we should potentially, I think, we should heal back, like, basically all of the damage that we take from the super that we're going to take here. So I'm very intrigued to see how much this is actually going to do, because we've got 40% damage reduction, but no support, but we've got a lot of our links active. Wow, still 300k. And then he takes 80 from the follow-up normal attacks, because obviously he gets his defense lowered. Wow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it comes back to what I was saying about him in the 200% showcase earlier today. That, like, he is just not impressive enough to me defensively to make up for how, like, weak offensively he feels compared to Goku, and compared to a lot of other, like, LRs as well, to be honest. With the attack stats that he puts out, I mean, obviously the built-in crit is nice, but with the attacks that he puts out, attack stats, his defensive capabilities should be way higher, in my opinion. But yeah, double super from this Vegeta means his defense basically makes him untouchable to normal attacks as well, which is good considering how low on health we are here. So we know we're getting supered in the middle. This is actually a really bad turn. I guess we could put Broly in slot 1. So yeah, he's got almost 300k defense. I guess that's not terrible. Let's put this back on, actually. Let's have a look at... We'll see Broly's active skill. I haven't seen his for a while. But we definitely need Gogeta to be the one that takes the super. Also, I just switched my account back over, as you can probably guess from us getting the Dokkan mode tutorial thing. So that was probably in Japanese. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do this. I mean, the good thing about this, now that we have 170 to all of our stats, including HP, we have almost 650k health with this team, because we do have a lot of LRs. So even just by looking down and seeing how empty the bar was in terms of our HP, we still had over 400k HP at the start of the turn. So pretty good. And then, yeah, Int Broly, look at this. The active skill turn is the turn where he can really shine. Like, no support. He's only got, what, 3 or 4 links active? 5 million attack stat. Can we get another additional super, though? This is the worst time to get, the worst turn to get bad RNG with Int Broly, is the turn you use his active skill. Because he gets such a massive attack boost, you obviously want that to be the turn where you get like 2 or 3 or even the mythical like quad super turn. But yeah, there you go. That is the Pure Saiyan team. It's a pretty fun build for it. No supports, just all very strong units. And we get it done in pretty decent time for a Legendary Vegeta event run that, you know, wasn't trying to be a speed run or anything. And we did use the support memory, but we didn't use any items. So yeah, the team is very, very powerful. EZA Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is a very, very good unit. And the best unit for Pure Saiyan's lead now. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think of him and the team build down below in the comment section. Pure Saiyan's definitely very, very spicy in the game at the moment. So let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.